Africa Amini Alama is an NGO in northern Tanzania that my mother and me, we have been running since 12 years now. And literally, it means we trust in the people of Africa. And it is this trust that helped us to go through difficult but also through wonderful times here. But we never lost the love and the deep appreciation of how the people manage their lives, sometimes with no means at all. Yes, there was a big need to help. When my mother came in 2008, the community asked her to build a small dispensary because there was no place where they could get some medical help or where the mother could give birth to their children. I came to Tanzania here to visit her for the opening celebration of this very first building of the dispensary. And I felt my call here. I decided to stay with my 2 young kids at that time. To build up the project Africa Amini Alama with her was something that filled me with a lot of joy. At that time, when I decided to come, I was about to open a natural healing clinic in northern Germany, but I realized that my place was here. We are both medical doctors, and such served the local community. We combined school medicine and traditional natural ways of healing. And that's why the people trusted us as mothers, as healers, doctors, and we started to understand their needs. The project therefore grew with the needs of the people in the area, and they were seeking for help. From a simple medical center, the NGO is now supporting more than 1,500 children in English medium, primary and in secondary schools, is running vocational training centers, a children home, and is helping many families in need, so to build up their own small projects to survive. In the last year, like the whole world, we went through really challenging times. We had to hand over the operation of the hospital to the government, and due to Corona, no tourists came anymore to the country, and that's why the economy collapsed. So many people have lost their jobs here and have nowadays no means to support their families. I felt that in these times I had to stay here, and after 1 year now, I'm really thankful for these last months. I learned to deeply appreciate the people, how they manage to survive in difficult times. I remember one woman, she was coming to my clinic. There's not enough food, she told me, but she was not seeking for help for herself. She told me her neighbor does not have enough to eat. I was deeply touched because she was not asking for herself. And I know that she also does not have a lot. She was asking for support for someone else. People here have such a strong feeling of holding together. They support each other. This made them survive in the past. Not the separation, but joining and coming together is what makes them strong in this time. I think we really have a lot to learn from them. And when I drive through the village, I see that life continues, even if it is hard. The people cannot stay at home and protect themselves from a disease. They are saying to me, you know, we have diseases every day that could harm us. If we stay at home, I cannot feed my child. I have to live now and to think about how to give food. I cannot think of tomorrow. Yes, It's really about living in the very present moment. They have learned not to think of the past or make plans for the future, but really to survive in the now. And she says to me, if my father dies, it is very sad, but I have to look at my children. How can I pay for their school fees if I do not work? The most difficult thing now is not the disease itself, but it is that the people have no work because there are no guests, no tourists coming nowadays. This is what hurts the country the most. We as NGO, we are creating more than 200 jobs in this area. We are running next to the project also a Maasai lodge, hosting guests from abroad. And never did I realize how important not only the projects itself were, but how much impact we have by giving a secure employment to the people. Each of our staff shares his salary with his wider family. Giving an employment to one person here is supporting a whole clan and helping him to survive. But I also see this woman in front of me, a very strong woman with shining eyes, a big smile on her face. She's actually left with nothing but a small mud house with her kids. She lost her husband and her heart is still open. She's used to live with only the necessary, but not to lose hope. She has learned from her parents how to reduce her needs to a minimum and still stay strong. It's a strength from inside. Yes, there's a lot to learn from this woman. She saves the little bit of money she has for the school fees of her children. Nowadays, the parents realize that to educate their children is far more important than everything else. And these children, they have these strong resources from their ancestors. They have the capacity to face challenging times and to survive. But they need good schools. They need an education that gives them the tools in hand. With these tools, they will find solutions for a new way forward in the future. Africa Amini Alama is a place of exchange, also between cultures. And I learned a lot the last year. I feel humble. We as organization, we are not only the ones to give, it is an exchange. And I'm so thankful for the help we get from around the world. Yes, we can learn from these Maasai and Meru women and children, but they need our help. In all these years, I realized that the biggest resource are not the buildings and the projects themselves. What really makes our organization strong is our team, the team that I've worked with all these years. How many new doors have been opened and solutions in difficult situations could be found by listening to them, trusting in the people that we have built up for so many years. Soon, the new generation of children that goes to school now will take over. I am so proud that Africa Amini Alama can support them on their way. And I deeply thank you that you help them with your contribution and by visiting us. Asante sana.